Have you ever wondered why some retirees seem to easily glide through their golden years, while others face unexpected financial hurdles? Here's a staggering fact. Nearly 70% of seniors admit they've made at least one major financial mistake in retirement. And often those mistakes aren't apparent until it's too late to fix them. Does that sound familiar? Imagine this. You've worked hard your entire life, saved diligently, and finally reached the moment you've dreamed of. Retirement. You should enjoy stress-free days filled with family, hobbies, and a well-earned sense of security. But instead, financial worries keep creeping in. Maybe it's a costly decision you regret, or maybe it's simply the fear of running out of money. You're not alone, and here's the good news. These financial missteps are more common than you think, and they're entirely avoidable. In today's video, we'll uncover the top 5 financial mistakes seniors make in retirement. Not only will we identify these pitfalls, but we'll also arm you with practical, easy-to-implement solutions to help you protect your nest egg and truly enjoy your retirement years. So stay with me until the very end because you won't want to miss the tips that could save you thousands and give you the peace of mind you deserve. And hey, and if this resonates with you already, hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing advice tailored just for you. Let's dive in. Because your financial freedom isn't just a dream, it's a plan waiting to happen. Retirement is meant to be a time of joy and freedom. After decades of working hard, you finally have the chance to relax, pursue your passions, and spend quality time with loved ones. But here's the harsh reality. Financial missteps in retirement can quietly steal that peace, leaving many seniors feeling stressed, anxious, and uncertain about the future. Let's take a closer look at the top 5 financial mistakes seniors make in retirement, starting with how easy it is to fall into these traps. Most of the time, these aren't decisions made out of recklessness or lack of planning. They're often small, well-meaning choices that snowball over time. Picture this. You've spent years saving diligently for retirement. You've budgeted, invested, and tried to cover every base. But then life happens. Maybe it's a medical bill that wasn't covered by insurance. Or maybe it's a decision to help a loved one financially because who wouldn't want to help their child or grandchild succeed? Suddenly, your nest egg doesn't feel as secure as it once did. Does this sound like you? Or perhaps you underestimated just how long retirement lasts. With people living longer than ever before, many retirees outlive their savings, a reality that's as frightening as it is common. Maybe you've asked yourself, what happens if I run out of money? That question alone can cause sleepless nights, creating a ripple effect on your mental and emotional well-being. And then there's the growing issue of inflation. Prices keep rising, but your retirement income might stay the same. A trip to the grocery store costs more than it did a few years ago. Healthcare expenses? Those seem to climb faster than anything else. Suddenly, a fixed income feels less like a safety net and more like a tightrope walk. Here's another scenario. You've always been careful with money, but you didn't anticipate the complexities of managing finances in retirement. Maybe you withdrew too much from your accounts early on, not realizing how quickly it could deplete your savings. Or maybe, to play it safe, you kept all your money in low-risk, low-return investments, only to watch inflation eat away at your purchasing power. And let's not forget about scams. Unfortunately, seniors are a prime target for financial fraud. A phone call here, an email there, and before you know it, a lifetime of savings can disappear in an instant. It's heartbreaking and unfair, but it happens more often than you might think. These financial pitfalls aren't just numbers on a balance sheet, they affect your quality of life. Stress over money can lead to anxiety and depression, which in turn can impact your physical health. Maybe you've felt it already. The weight of uncertainty, the hesitation to spend money on things you enjoy, or even the strain it can put on relationships with family and friends. It's not just about the numbers, it's about your peace of mind. How many times have you said, "I just want to feel secure"? That desire for stability is universal, and it's especially important during retirement when the ability to earn additional income can be limited. So let's reflect for a moment. Are you experiencing any of these challenges? Have you ever felt like your money might not stretch as far as you hoped? Or like you're one unexpected expense away from dipping into savings you wanted to last a lifetime? If so, take a deep breath. You're not alone. These challenges are incredibly common, but they're also solvable. The key is understanding the risks, recognizing the patterns, and knowing how to protect yourself. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into why these financial mistakes happen and what you can do to avoid them. Because the truth is, every retiree deserves to enjoy their golden years without the constant worry of what if. Let's explore the answers together. Now that we've identified the most common financial challenges seniors face in retirement, let's take a closer look at why these issues happen. Understanding the why is the first step in taking control of your financial future. Think of it like peeling back the layers of an onion. Each layer reveals a new insight into how these pitfalls arise and, more importantly, how to avoid them. Number 1. Longevity, risk, living longer than expected. Let's start with the big one. People are living longer than ever before. According to the World Health Organization, the average global life expectancy has increased dramatically over the past century. While that's great news for enjoying more time with family and pursuing passions, it also means your retirement savings need to stretch further. Think of it this way. If you planned for a 20-year retirement but end up living 30 or even 40 years beyond your working years, that's a huge gap to fill. A 2019 study by the Stanford Center on Longevity found that many retirees underestimate how long they'll live, leading to insufficient savings. Here's a relatable analogy. Imagine setting out on a long road trip. You've filled your car with just enough gas to get to your destination, but halfway through you realize the trip is much longer than you thought. Suddenly, you're stranded with no gas station in sight. That's what longevity risk can feel like financially. The takeaway? Planning for longevity is essential. Later, we'll discuss how to make your savings work smarter, not harder. Number 2. Inflation. The silent money? Eroder? Inflation is one of those things we hear about all the time, but its true impact on retirement finances is often underestimated. Even a modest inflation rate of 2% per year can erode your purchasing power significantly over a decade or two. Let's break it down with a simple example. If your retirement income is $50,000 a year today, in 20 years, that same $50,000 will only buy you about $33,000 worth of goods and services. That's like having a pie that looks the same on the outside but gets smaller and smaller with every bite. In retirement, when your income is typically fixed, inflation feels even more pronounced. Healthcare costs, for instance, tend to rise faster than general inflation. A 2023 report by Fidelity estimated that a 65-year-old couple retiring today would need about $300,000 to cover healthcare expenses alone throughout retirement. The takeaway? Combating inflation requires a balance between safety and growth in your investments, a topic we'll explore in the solutions section. Number 3. Behavioral biases, the psychology of money. Here's a surprising truth. Some of the biggest financial mistakes aren't about numbers. They're about how we think. Behavioral economics, a field that studies the psychology behind financial decisions, shows that retirees are particularly vulnerable to certain biases. For example, loss aversion. Bias. Many retirees are so afraid of losing money that they keep their savings in low-return investments like savings accounts or bonds. While this feels safe, it often leads to missed opportunities for growth, leaving your money vulnerable to inflation. Overconfidence bias. On the flip side, some retirees take unnecessary risks, believing they can beat the market or time their investments perfectly. This can lead to significant losses, especially if markets dip at the wrong time. Think of these biases like wearing the wrong prescription glasses. They distort your view, making it harder to see the bigger picture. The takeaway? Being aware of these biases can help you make more rational, balanced decisions. Number 4. The complexity of withdrawal strategies. One of the most challenging aspects of retirement is figuring out how much money to withdraw each year. Withdraw too much, and you risk running out of savings. Withdraw too little and you might miss out on opportunities to enjoy your retirement. The 4% rule is a commonly cited guideline. It suggests withdrawing 4% of your savings annually, adjusted for inflation. For example, if you have $500,000 in savings, you'd withdraw $20,000 in the first year and adjust that amount for inflation in subsequent years. However, the 4% rule isn't foolproof. Market fluctuations, unexpected expenses, and individual lifestyle choices can all throw it off balance. A 2020 study by Morningstar suggested that a safer withdrawal rate might be closer to 3.3%, depending on economic conditions. Here's an analogy. Think of your retirement savings as a bucket of water. Each withdrawal is like taking a ladle full of water out. If you take too much too quickly, you'll run out of water long before you're done drinking. If you take too little, you might end up thirsty, even though the bucket isn't empty. The takeaway? A personalized withdrawal strategy, often crafted with the help of a financial advisor, is key to maintaining long-term security. Number 5. Financial scams, a growing threat. Finally, let's address a problem that no one likes to talk about but affects far too many retirees: financial scams. According to the FBI, seniors lose more than $3 billion annually to fraud, with scams ranging from fake tech support calls to phishing emails that steal sensitive information. Here's how these scams often work. Emotional manipulation. Scammers prey on emotions, creating a sense of urgency. For example, they might claim your bank account has been compromised and you must act immediately to secure it. Trust exploitation. Scammers often pose as authority figures like IRS agents or Medicare representatives to gain your trust. The takeaway? Awareness and vigilance are your best defenses. Simple steps like never sharing personal information over the phone and regularly monitoring your accounts can go a long way. By now, you can see how these financial challenges build up over time, often in ways we don't realize until they're too big to ignore. The good news? Each of these problems has a solution. In the next section, we'll dive into actionable steps you can take to secure your finances, reduce stress, and truly enjoy your retirement. Stay with me. It only gets better from here. When it comes to retirement, there's no shortage of advice, and, unfortunately, plenty of myths. These misconceptions can lead to poor financial decisions or unnecessary worry. Let's set the record straight by addressing some of the most common myths about retirement finances. By the end of this section, you'll feel more confident in separating fact from fiction. Myth. Number 1. I don't need to worry about inflation in retirement. Many retirees believe that inflation doesn't impact them significantly because their spending habits may decrease over time. While it's true that certain expenses like commuting costs or work-related clothing may drop, inflation affects everything else, from groceries to healthcare. Inflation erodes purchasing power, even for retirees. As we discussed earlier, medical expenses often rise faster than the general inflation rate, and those costs make up a significant portion of retirement spending. Here's an example. A fixed pension of $2,000 per month might feel comfortable today, but in 20 years it could only cover a fraction of what it does now. That's why it's essential to incorporate inflation-resistant investments like stocks or real estate into your portfolio. Financial planners often recommend maintaining a portion of your retirement portfolio in growth-oriented investments to outpace inflation, even during your retirement years. Myth number 2. I'll spend much less money in retirement. A common assumption is that retirees automatically spend less because they no longer have work-related expenses. While that might be true for some, many retirees find their spending doesn't decrease as much as they anticipated. In fact, for the first few years of retirement, spending often increases as people travel, take up new hobbies, or make long overdue home improvements. Retirement spending is often front-loaded. Many retirees spend more in their early retirement years, sometimes referred to as the go-go years, when they're healthier and more active. Over time, expenses may shift toward healthcare and long-term care, which can be even more costly. Think of retirement spending like running a marathon. You might sprint at the start, slow down in the middle, and push hard again at the end. Without proper planning, you could run out of energy or money before the finish line. Myth number 3. Social Security will cover most of my expenses. Social Security is a vital safety net, but relying on it to cover all or even most of your expenses is a risky strategy. According to the Social Security Administration, the average monthly benefit for retirees in 2023 was about $1 to $800. While this can provide a helpful base income, it's often not enough to support a comfortable lifestyle. Social Security is designed to supplement your retirement income, not replace it. Most financial planners suggest having additional savings, investments, or other income streams to fill the gap. A rule of thumb is to aim for retirement income that's at least 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement earnings. This may include Social Security, pensions, and withdrawals from savings accounts. Myth number 4. I should avoid all risk in retirement investments. It's natural to feel cautious about investing in retirement. After all, you no longer have decades to recover from market downturns, but avoiding risk entirely can be just as dangerous. Keeping all your money in low-risk investments like bonds or savings accounts might feel safe, but it can leave you vulnerable to inflation and limit your portfolio's growth. A balanced approach is key. Financial experts often recommend a diversified portfolio that includes both growth and income-generating assets. Stocks, for example, can help you outpace inflation, while bonds provide stability. Think of your portfolio as a garden. If you only plant slow-growing trees, you'll miss out on the quick blooms that flowers can provide. Diversification ensures you have a mix of both. Myth number 5. It's too late to fix my financial mistakes. Perhaps the most disheartening myth of all is the belief that it's too late to make meaningful changes. Many retirees feel stuck, thinking they've already made their financial bed and now have to lie in it. But this simply isn't true. It's never too late to improve your financial situation. Whether it's adjusting your spending habits, optimizing your withdrawal strategy, or exploring part-time income opportunities, small changes can have a big impact over time. Here's an example. Consider someone who starts tracking their expenses and reduces discretionary spending by $300 a month. Over a year, that's $3,600 saved. Money that can be redirected toward an emergency fund, investments, or even a dream vacation. Financial planners stress that even small, incremental improvements can significantly enhance your retirement security and quality of life. The bottom line? Retirement myths can be misleading, but knowledge is power. By understanding the facts behind these misconceptions, you can make smarter, more informed decisions. Remember, retirement isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about making the most of the resources and opportunities you have. Now, stay with me because next we'll dive into actionable tips to help you build a more secure and stress-free retirement plan. You've got this. You've made it to the end of this journey, and I hope you're feeling empowered and optimistic about what lies ahead. Retirement is a time to cherish, a chapter of your life where you can focus on what truly matters, whether that's spending time with family, traveling, or simply enjoying the little things you worked so hard to earn. And while financial challenges are real, they're not insurmountable. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered today. We talked about the top 5 financial mistakes seniors make in retirement, from underestimating inflation to falling victim to scams, and everything in between. More importantly, we explored the science behind these issues, debunked common myths, and uncovered practical, actionable solutions to protect your nest egg and enhance your peace of mind. The key takeaway? It's never too late to take control of your financial future. Small, consistent actions like diversifying your investments, planning for longevity, or setting up a withdrawal strategy can make a world of difference. And you don't have to do it alone. Whether it's a trusted financial advisor, a supportive family member, or even this community, there are resources and people ready to help you along the way. Let me share a quick story. Meet Barbara, a retiree who reached out to a financial advisor after realizing she was dipping into her savings faster than expected. At first, she felt overwhelmed and even embarrassed. But with a little guidance, Barbara discovered ways to reduce unnecessary expenses and rebalance her portfolio for long-term growth. Within a year, not only did she feel more confident about her finances, but she also took her dream trip to Italy, a trip she thought she'd never be able to afford. Now imagine yourself in Barbara's shoes. Imagine waking up each morning knowing you've secured your financial future, free from the constant worry of what if? Picture yourself confidently saying yes to opportunities, whether it's helping a grandchild with college, traveling the world, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of coffee without a care in the world. You have the power to make this vision your reality. It starts with awareness, builds with action, and blossoms into the life you've always wanted. Remember, retirement isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. You deserve that. And every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the freedom and joy you've worked so hard for. If today's video inspired you, I encourage you to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical tips and empowering stories designed just for you. Together, we can navigate this journey and make the most of every moment. You've got this, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Thank you for watching, and here's to your bright, fulfilling, and financially secure retirement. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope this video gave you valuable insights and the confidence to take control of your financial journey in retirement. Remember, your golden years should be filled with peace, joy, and the freedom to enjoy everything you've worked so hard for. If you found today's tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people like you who are looking for guidance and support. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll never miss an update. We're building a community dedicated to empowering retirees just like you. Now it's your turn. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you encountered any of these financial challenges? What steps are you taking to secure your retirement? I'd love to hear your stories and answer your questions. Lastly, if you know someone who could benefit from this advice, please share this video with them. Together, we can make retirement not just a chapter, but a celebration. See you in the next video.